Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Hatfield Township Board of Commissioners Workshop Meeting. This is January 14th, 2026. Over to you.
Thank you.
You got
President Lostraco.
Here.
Vice President Partha.
Yes.
Commissioner Andrus.
Here.
Commissioner D'Alessio. Commissioner Zipfel.
Here.
Okay, for the Pledge of Allegiance, I'm going to ask Chief, please, because I've seen you on Facebook a lot. Thank you, Chief. First, we're going to do the approval of tonight's agenda. Do I have any discussion or questions? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
First, motion by Commissioner Andrus and second from Commissioner Ziffel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Citizens' comments. This is just for agenda items only. So if we have any citizens' comments, please state your name and where you live. Okay, seeing none. First, consent items. We have a motion to enter into the record the police report, Hatfield Volunteer Fire Company 2025 performance report, Colmar Volunteer Fire Company from December, and the VMSC Emergency Medical Services, the 2025 year end.
So moved.
Okay, the motion moved by Commissioner Andrus. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Partha. Any questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call to question. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, for committee reports, I'm going to ask Brian and Aaron Bibro to give us our report for the Planning and Zoning Committee.
Sure, thanks, Ms. President. Brian, you want to kick it off since you'll talk about the, I'm sorry, no, I'm going to go first. So this is just an announcement, Commissioners, that 2 weeks from tonight, on the 28th, we will be having a public hearing in here at 7 o'clock. I actually have an announcement later in the meeting. I'll just say it now. I think just for the residents, so they're aware, schedule-wise, the Commissioners decided to change the regular meeting to 6:30 so we can get through some of our business items before we start the public hearing, since that's going to be a crowded room and most likely a very lengthy process. So we'll be in here at 6:30. We do have a few guests coming to present some checks for a grant, as well as an update from our district judge. So we will probably have them go toward later in the meeting when we do have more people here, because I think they have a lot of news they would like to share and would like to have our community there. So the hearing itself will start at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Anything, Brian?
And Brian?
Thank you. This is pretty simple. This is one of a series of projects that have been completed. This is the Turn 14 building addition. It was certified as complete. We are certifying it as complete, and we're recommending that it be entered into the 18-month maintenance period. We will have a resolution at the regular meeting.
The
Pretty
January
straightforward.
28th meeting. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for that report. Any questions from the board? Okay. Okay, the next committee, Public Works, Commissioner Zipfel.
Okay, so we have a few items. First is just a winter storm update. Salt crews were out on January 1st and January 2nd, if people didn't notice, salting the main roads and developing because of developments from a light snow event. This actually resulted in 100 ton of salt being used between the two storms. And thankfully, we've received 150 tons in salt deliveries this month to keep up our stockpile. The Public Works crews have been cold patching potholes and completing police action requests throughout the township. You probably have seen them do that. And we've begun the process of reviewing and assessing the roads to be paved for the 2026 road program, which is always a pretty popular question for us. Public Works has been removing and clearing dead and down trees throughout the township, parks and trails. They've also been chipping Christmas trees that the residents have dropped off at Chestnut Street. There's been over 140 trees that have been chipped this year, or this month, I should say. And basin cutting and maintenance has begun as part of our annual maintenance program. Some of the basins that were already completed includes Clemens, Stewart Drive, Fairgrounds Road, Sterling Drive, behind XL Sports and Valley Woods. And last is the building maintenance team has been meeting with several new HVAC companies to begin a new service contract for the township building. And thanks to Commissioner Andrus for several good references on experienced and qualified HVAC contractors. And that's everything for Public Works.
Thank you very much. Okay, for the Public Works Committee report, I'm going to read that. Okay, for the Holiday Lights competition, Hatfield has filled with lots of decorations and holiday cheer in 2025. You probably saw a lot of those pictures. And all of our Holiday Lights contestants did a great job. So I'm going to announce the winners. Congratulations for most colorful 950 40-foot road, for the most creative 1025 Emerald Avenue, for the most traditional / classic 2059 Rosemary Way, for the People's Choice 1228 Clymer Road. And we also have our Get Fit classes. And so for the winter session, it's January 25th to March 1st. We have Zumba on Sundays, 9 a.m., and the spring session is going to start March 22nd. So the winter session will be January 25th to March 1st. We have Remix, that's Mondays, 7 p.m. Yoga will be Thursdays, 7 p.m. And the yoga is a 3-week session. And so all the classes you can find on hatfield.org. Please check that out. And then we have something pretty exciting coming up that hasn't happened, at least in my time here, I believe. We have a spring bus trip. It's to Washington, D.C. to see the Cherry Blossom Festival, and it will be Hatfield and Upper Gwinnett Township. So anybody can sign up. And let's see, what's the date? April 2nd. And you will meet at the Upper Gwinnett Township at 7:15 a.m. You will depart from Washington, D.C. at 6:30 p.m., and it's $75 per ticket. And that includes bus ride, bus tour of the cherry blossoms, and the driver's tip. All meals and excursions are on your own. And that concludes my report. So now I'm going to hand it over to Vice President Partha.
Yeah, thank you. And this one we are just doing the first time. I heard that, right? Like we are arranging this bus trip for first time, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while?
It happened years ago, but it is back.
I didn't
hope you
notice
can
that
join
one.
us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you for, I'll go with the Public Safety Committee report. And I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Chief, and our dedicated heroes for Hatfield Township, all the police officers who serve with dignity to our community to keep us safe. Here is in the board we have our report. In 2025, we received about 30,000 calls for services. This include everything officer responded to throughout the year, and this would accommodate all criminal and non-criminal cases. So there's a two-part. One is the part 1 crimes that we have about, this represents all felonies such as burglaries, theft, aggravated assault, and other physical crime. We have this 2025, last year we have about 176 incident, which is less than 11% down. And the part 2 crimes is represent misdemeanor crimes such as DUI, simple assault, and many drug arrests. So this incident happened is at 385, which is 20% down than previous. So of course we achieve our goal and we have to do better. And improving traffic safety. So we have about 721 crashes in 2025, which is 14% less. And this inclusive all reportable and non-reportable crashes combined. This combined is better driving, educating people through the traffic laws, and then following up for vigorous enforcement. So among them, 550 traffic stop, 1,224 summon issued, and 1,915 warning issued. This is all, and thank you. I want to thank Chief and all our heroes to keep our community safe. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a good report. Okay, so the next committee, we're going to talk about Finance Committee report. I'm going to do that report. So we don't have much to report, but we have a lot of good news to report from looking back at 2025. The township's pension plan performed well, generating an 8.5% return in 2025, which is higher than the plan's assumption for this year. This will also keep the township's liability level or lower depending on how it performs in 2026. Thank you so much to the township's financial advisor, Univest, for this great performance. Overall, revenue from the township's earned income tax increased 6% in 2025 compared to 2024. This is a good sign for the local economy as the income of our residents has been increasing. Just a reminder for those watching, the local earned income tax rate is 1% and split evenly with the school district. The overall township revenue and expenses for 2025 came within 1% of the budget, with the township's revenue outpacing its expenses by $100,000. Special thanks goes out, I wish he was here to hear me say it, our finance director, Dave Bernhauser, for keeping us on track and within our budget. But I'll email him and thank him again. Our annual audit will kick off in a few weeks, and we will invite the township's auditor, Julie Davis from Dunlap and Associates, to give us a report when it's completed in the early spring. Again, thank you to Dave. Our audits are completed on time every year, so consistently we have had no issues, so thank you. And that's it for tonight, and I will give another update at the February workshop meeting. All right. Any questions from the board? Okay. The next, number 8, we have action items, and I'm going to hand it over to our solicitor, Mrs. Ponzio.
Hi, thank you. I'm going to add to the positive financial picture of the township, finally with an assessment appeal that generates a check to the township. I think you all know the Dorman property on Walnut Street. There was an assessment appeal filed by the school district in 2024. The Board of Assessment found no interest in changing the assessment of the property, and the school district appealed that to the Court of Common Pleas. There has been a settlement, and for 2025, they have almost doubled the assessment of that property. It's about a 47% increase, which means that the township is receiving a check in the amount of $20,591.78 for the difference of the taxes that they paid in 2025 and what's owed. So that will be also increased a little bit more for 2026, where it will stay until maybe there's another appeal in the future. So an additional $20-some thousand this year and the next years to come. So finally, we have one with a positive impact. So we're looking for a motion to approve this so that we can get this to the court and get the check to the township.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Ziffel and second by Commissioner Andrus, sorry. Do I have any discussion? Okay, I'll call to question. All in favor of this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, number 9, we have the township staff report. So, Aaron, I don't know if you have your township manager's report, please.
Great, thank you, President Lustracco. I mentioned item number 1 earlier regarding our schedule for the 28th, so I'll jump to item number 2. And we will have a little bigger of a celebration about this announcement on the 28th at the regular meeting when we're joined by Senator Collette and State Representative Steve Malagary, who will bring hopefully a gigantic check, because it is for a gigantic amount. I think our largest grant award yet at $3 million from the state to help Hatfield and Talmetzen fix what is at this point, our least safe intersection, least efficient intersection. For years, we sat in here and talked about Cowpath or Villa, and we said those words many times. Be prepared, you're going to hear Welsh or Villa a lot over the next few years. Now we have the funding. We're going to begin this process of getting final approvals from PennDOT. Then we'll be going to bid. So there'll be a lot of board action and a lot of updates coming your way, commissioners, and the public, as far as what is happening in that intersection. So we will hear Welsh or Villa often, which is good, because we do hear often from our residents about how tricky of an intersection that is. And just keep in mind, commissioners, as you know, a few years ago, we received a grant that helped fund the design for this project. So this project is 100% paid for by the taxpayers of the Commonwealth, not just our taxpayers here in Hatfield. So it's been a successful partnership. Thanks to Brian and his team, Anton and his team, for assisting with the grant application, assisting with a lot of the work behind the scenes, meeting with property owners, a lot of coordination, a lot of buy-in necessary in order to get these projects moving. So the money is in, and we will celebrate a little more next meeting, and then the work will begin. So good news for our community coming our way. And
Thank you.
that is all I have, President Lestracco.
Okay, great. We love to hear those great news reports. Anything from solicitor's report?
Nothing to report?
Okay, thank you. The next, we're almost done. Citizens' comments. You're welcome to come up to the mic and state your name and where you live. Any citizens'
I
comments?
have one comment.
Sure.
Aaron, years ago, we did a traffic study that prioritized intersections from 1 through,
Yeah.
enumerated.
Yeah.
Can you give us an update sometime? Not
Sure.
tonight, obviously, but
Yeah.
where we are in that pecking order to get those
Sure.
intersections done?
I'd be happy to. I can tell you, Commissioner Andrews, that as Welsh and Orvilla is getting fixed, the design is being finalized for Coffle in Orvilla, which is the next on the priority list. And then there are others that we can highlight and just remind everybody that we identified. But the big one was Cowpath Orvilla, second one Welsh Orvilla, and then Coffle Orvilla is happening now.
So we're following that order
The
of
plan.
priority that we established with accidents and so forth.
Correct.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, great idea. Any other citizens' comments? Okay. Then we're up to adjournment, and I will ask if there's a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Andrus, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner, Vice President Partha. All right, thank you, everybody.
Right.